No, I'm not having that. No, 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 no. There's no way you could just be screaming at Bell all of a sudden. Because Bell's needed to have been doing it from the
Bale.
get-go.
What's
So
Welsh Mafia? I don't even know how to do all that. Yeah,
don't end up like Lucas Moura, you know.
and you know what? I was thinking if we lose
That is going to
on
be the
Sunday,
biggest
we're gonna
meme.
get that's gonna be the biggest meme. I'm just praying to God that we're using it on you guys because obviously if we lose, the way he did that, I was thinking, oh, why did you do that, Lucas?
It's gonna
Obviously,
be
he's Brazilian, doesn't get it. But I'm like, we're gonna get bantered. We're gonna get killed if we lose.
Hi there guys and welcome to A Dash of Sports, and this is the North London Derby special. I'll be your host and presenter Dashiki Dash, and on today's show I decided once again to invite my friend and North London rival Patrick Tyrant to have a chat, a discussion about the upcoming North London Derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham this Sunday. And before we get into the show, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment and help me to get these subs up. I truly appreciate your help with that. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for your love and support. And remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my shows. And remember, sharing is caring, so don't forget to share this. So we're back again with another North London Derby special, but this time it's the return fixture between Arsenal and Tottenham. Now look, I had to invite my boy Patrick Tyrant because it seems that we both needed to express ourselves and how we're feeling about this upcoming game, especially both teams not doing so great in the Premier League. So will that affect the derby? Does the bragging rights mean anything anymore like at this present moment? Because look man, what have we got to brag about right now? But despite that, I'm sure that both teams will still be serving up a real cracking game as they usually are between the two North London rivals. So we're going to be previewing the game and then looking at both teams' current form before they enter the derby. And also I'm going to be asking some real hard hitting questions to Pat. Asking him, you know, how's he feeling about Jose Mourinho right now? Is it Jose in or is it Jose out? Because there's been a load of fans out there that have been acting like real Lipapa fans. Real flip-flop, Javiana style. And also trophies. Is this the season that Spurs finally win a trophy? Because it's been a really, really long time. Real long time. But anyway, I'm not going to be going all the way biased with Arsenal because, man, this season has been trash, man. There's nothing worth bragging about. And then we're going to be going through our combined 11, and there was a couple positions in there that we didn't agree on, so we're definitely going to need your help with that. Because, man, there's certain players there, yeah, man, they can't be making the team. Nah, man. And then it's all about our predictions. Who's going to win, Arsenal or Tottenham? What's the scores going to be? I don't know, man. But one thing I do know, it's going to be a real good game. I can't wait. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this chat. What's happening, people? It's your boy Dashiki Dash, A Dash of Sports. And you know when you put on the red and you see the white over there, it can only mean one thing. It's the North London Derby. Arsenal are hosting Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates. The last time you saw myself and my co-partner here, I'll let you introduce yourself, man, before I go on because I'm heated right now.
Hey, let me get myself ready. I'm ready to spit some bars today. You see me, I got the mic and all that. Let's go. But yeah, what's happening? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, you know, it represents T. Let's go.
And obviously, you know he's a Tottenham fan. And the last time we did this, we had fun. So we had to bring it to you again. With another preview of the North London Derby. Pat, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm all right. I mean, I was in dire straits a couple of weeks ago, but it's mad how football, it can take you on these highs and lows, like roller coasters. Do you know what I mean? So after that defeat to Brighton, then we lost to West Ham, or was it West Ham? Right, I can't remember. It's like I tried to like erase that, so it's all hazy and fuzzy. But we went on a bad run. Now we're on a good run. We've won 5 in a row now, 3 Premier League games in a week, and then we've obviously had a Europa League game before that. We just literally finished Europa League game tonight. We won 2-0. So the confidence is back. The team's looking good. Let me not talk too much yet, but yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident, and yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
So
How are you doing?
you're no longer the Lipapa fan. Flip flop.
You know what? Like my stance on the whole Jose Mourinho thing has got me into, I won't say trouble, but it's been a bit sticky still. So I've been explaining myself. I think when I explain it, it makes sense. I still am Jose out, but I'm gonna obviously just relax and see how it unfolds, because you never know. We could have a really good end to the season. We're looking all right. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying we're in a decent position. We're still within a fighting chance of the top four, an outsider's chance, and obviously in the Europa League we're there, and we're in the Carabao Cup final. So it's looking all right. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to be too what's the right word? I'm not going to be too ungrateful. Right now, because I don't want to come across like a bit of a dickhead, but yeah, things could be better, but things could be worse. So I'll take it like that.
One thing that I will say, you are definitely in higher spirits, I must say.
Although
my North London rival, I would say, welcome back to the smile zone, because I see that you're feeling good. In terms of us as Arsenal, boy, I think it's the same kind of thing, really. The highs and lows. I think where we're at right now is just basically accepting fully like where we're at, and that's lingering in around 10th, 11th, 9th position, and just trying to find a run of form that gives us more of an idea where we're heading. So we've had some good run of games, especially from December, especially discovering or incorporating a number 10, as we desperately needed a number 10, and all of a sudden our fortunes have definitely changed. So it's not a mystery that you need a creative player in it, or someone that's going to be able to create. And I think that's been a detriment to the likes of Aubameyang, who's just had a really poor start to the season. And now to see the Aubameyang that is, kind of back in the goals with a more creative style of play. So, I can't really say that I'm happy with what things of how things are going on, but you got to try and find a silver lining in most things. And at the moment, I just hope that with what Arteta's kind of discovered with the team now, if he is then backed, then in terms of starting next season, we start a lot better and not playing catch up. Because I feel like even in a run of games, I think for you guys as well, as we've seen, the last 5 games you've been undefeated in the last 5 games.
5 win or 5.
Yeah, and you've kind of shot up back into Champions League
contention. Yeah. We got an outside chance because obviously the teams above us they're in better form. If you look at the longer stretch, Chelsea keep winning games. Everton, it's a weird one because they're doing well, but I still don't trust them because they've always got that Everton thing, that that old Everton that streak that can come back. But then you got Ancelotti there, and he has definitely made them better. And obviously West Ham, the surprise package of the season. No one expected them to be in the mix, but they keep winning games as well.
You got Liverpool lingering there that you never know where Liverpool they can come back.
We're all bantering them, but we all know that they're still a good team, and they will at some point come back. You guys you're in the mix. You can always take points off the other teams, and obviously you got Leicester as well. So there's a lot of teams, man. There's a lot of teams fighting for those. To be fair, I think only Man City are safe. Man United have a bit of a gap, but they've still got a lot of tough games left. So they could still be caught. I know it doesn't look likely at the moment, but it's not guaranteed for them either. Obviously, if they win a couple games, then the gap still stays the same.
You reckon you can finish in the Champions League this season? Like a realistic chance?
It's going to be tough. The thing that swings in our favour is that we've played a lot of the tough games already. We've already played Man City twice. We've already played Liverpool twice. Obviously, after you guys we played you twice. We played West Ham twice. I've got to put them in there because they're doing well this season.
Very well.
We've got to play Leicester. Yeah, we've got to play Leicester again. We play Aston Villa are there or thereabouts. We still got to play them again. We've got to play Everton again. So we have played a lot of the tough games. It depends, man. If Kane, Bale, and Son keep turning up to the party, then we're in with a chance. If they don't, then no. So we'll have to see how it goes, man.
So now,
I can't.
So now this leads me on to my question, because I feel like we're being too nicey right now. Leads me on to my question. Does this North London derby that's happening on Sunday, what's the significance? Does it mean anything in comparison to the last time we played each other?
100%.
We also had the overriding feeling that it didn't really mean too much in the context of everything, but just for the fact that it's a North London derby. But
mate, last time we played, I believe we were first and you were like 15th or something crazy like that. And now obviously we're 8th or 7th or 9th. I think we're 8th, no, 6th or 7th. I think we're 7th. You guys are 10th or 11th. But the points are so close at the moment. They get, like we're a point or two behind Everton, 3 or 4 points or 5 behind Chelsea. It's quite tight. I haven't looked at the league in a minute, but it's quite tight. It still means everything. It's North London derby, it's bragging rights, and obviously it's the chance to get 3 points. So it means a lot, man. It means a lot. And to be fair, we've got to try and take 3 points off everyone we play at the moment. If we're really trying to get in that top 4, we have to take 3 points off everyone. Your Man United, your Arsenals, your Leicesters, Aston Villa, whoever we play, they're all tough games. You've got to go for the jugular. So it still means as much as it always will.
Probably not a lot of things that I agree with you with, but I do agree with the fact that I think it is a points situation right now. It's a difficult one for me as an Arsenal fan, because I'm looking at it and our realistic push is for Europa. At the same time, it's just like, man, another season in Europa. And obviously we get a lot of Arsenal fans who are right now saying it would probably benefit us a lot more finishing out of the Europa. My argument to that is it's a hit and miss, because I know that the likes of your Chelseas have done it, Liverpool have done it, but I've always felt like those teams have been quite solid anyway to go into the following season. I think that Arsenal don't have that solid makeup, and in order to get quality players, you got to be playing in Europe. So
because I had a theory, last year when we were a bit shaky when we got rid of Poch and then Jose came in and we had so many injuries, and obviously we just scraped 6. And my argument was at first, maybe it'd be good if we miss Europa or European football for a season to concentrate on the Prem. But then when you look at it, the big squads, your Chelseas, your Tottenhams, your Arsenals, your Liverpools, you need to be playing European football. You've got too many players to just have, 10 players idle and not playing. So
we've shipped out a lot out on loan, boy.
Yeah. But if you think about it, if you didn't play your European football, your Sakas, your Martinellis, your Smith Rose, those kind of guys, they wouldn't really get the chance to prove themselves. FA Cup game here or there, or like a League Cup game, that's not enough. The Europa League game, you're playing home away, and you get to see these other guys. And then lo and behold, your Sakas, your Smith Rose, your Martinellis, those guys are now first teamers. But without your European football, you wouldn't be in that position. So I don't think it's obviously if you don't make it, you don't make it. There's nothing you can do. But if you have the chance, I would 100% say you have to go for it. And to be fair, it's a cup you guys can win. It's a cup we can win. Any of the teams that finish in that European spot in the Premier League, I believe they should be going into Europa League. Guns blazing to win it.
I think even today's games, if we just touch on today's games, obviously your one, how were Tottenham today? Because I need to know how you are going into this North London derby.
Good, man. We controlled the game. My only disappointment is that we didn't score more goals. We had like 60-70% of the ball. We were totally in control. They didn't really trouble us. We didn't create enough clear-cut chances considering how much of the ball we had, but we were comfortable. Kane scored 2 goals. Bale could have scored a goal late on. We had chances. It was a professional performance. When they were telling us about Dynamo's Zagreb before the game, they were reeling off. They've done this, they've done that. They're leading their league. They haven't lost this. They haven't lost in like 8 or 9 games. But they're a credible team. They were a decent team. Don't get me wrong. They played well, but we were better. And
was your home? Was your home?
Yeah, we were at home. They had to change because we were meant to be at home. in the second fixture, just like you guys.
Because
but they still got this stupid
yeah.
European rule where two neighbouring teams can't play at home on the same day, even though there's no fans. So I don't understand the logic behind it.
It's only because of the police issue, isn't it? So
yeah, but there's no fans
no
though.
fans,
If there's fans going to both games, I totally get it because obviously
Yeah.
we're in close proximity. We'll be getting on the same tubes and undergrounds and all of that, blah blah blah. But there's no one going to the games, so I don't really understand. So, but it doesn't matter anyway. We got the job done. Clean sheet, which is really good because they didn't get an away goal, so that was crucial. Yeah, it was good. So I feel positive going into this derby. Obviously, a North London derby, you just don't know what's going to happen. But we couldn't go into it in a better run, if you get what I mean. From where we were anyway, I'm feeling a lot more confident.
Where's this humble Pat coming from, man? Because I was expecting some real rah.
I'm still
settle down a little bit.
No, I still think we're going to win. Like, don't get me wrong. I still feel that we should be good for the 3 points, but I also know that we have been shaky. Do you know what I mean? It's 5 wins now. We're getting a bit of our confidence back. Bale has definitely come into his own recently. He's looking dangerous. Like even today, he came on. So we started with Son, Kane, Dele. I can't remember who else played on the wing. Lucas came on. So did Bale, and so did Stevie B around about the 60th minute. But everyone looked fresh and good.
I hate the fact that you call him Stevie B, man.
Stevie B.
Warrant that.
You know what? When he first came in, he was doing bits. Goal against Man United, goal against Man City. The whole Stevie Wonder thing and that. But yeah, he's been a bit dead this season, but he's trying, innit? So I can't really get onto him. And that's it. Lamela started as well. Lamela looked likely. He was probably our best player, until he got subbed. Kane is Kane. He's always going to be dangerous. He was pulling strings, spraying the ball. Obviously got 2 goals. So yeah, I feel confident going into the game. I still know, even though obviously, we banter and, I hate Arsenal, you guys are still a dangerous team. You can definitely cause us problems. But I believe if we play to our strengths and we do what we need to do, I think we should win that game.
Well, thank you, Pat, for the compliments. I do appreciate that. For us today, what can I say, man? I felt like it was a good away performance. It's funny enough that you said, in terms of the shaky performance, because I think for ourselves, I think we can agree that our defenses haven't been the greatest this season. I think the inconsistency of defense, and when I say defense, I mean individual errors, just poor performances from
goalkeeping
areas.
Yeah.
Even
Leno's
today,
had a few shockers. Luis has definitely had shockers. So
in our last 2 games, so like the last 2, the last 3 games, even the game against in the Premier League as well, we've been really shaky in terms of obviously giving the ball away. If we're speaking about tonight's game, man, Ceballos comes on and he comes on at halftime, dilly-dallies with the ball. We can see from just atrocious defending. And once again,
I had you guys on my live score. I had my live score app on. Not app on, but I had the favourites on. So obviously I was keeping track of your game. Saw 1-0, I was like, you guys have probably walked this. Then I saw 1-1. I was like,
absolute banger,
Ooh. Oh, what, their goal or your goal?
Odegaard's goal.
Okay.
1-0. So we've scored going into the second half. And then obviously, I don't know why Partey came off though, so I need to look into that. But
another injury before the North London.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's a case where it's just preempt.
Yeah,
fingers crossed. Partey. So he's come off. Ceballos has come on, made another mistake. So he made a mistake against Benfica. He made a mistake again against Olympiacos. But after that, once we scored the second, and then we scored the third.
Comfortable. Well, you got 3 away goals now. You shouldn't. If you don't go through now, that's mental. So
that is atrocious.
You should be all right, man. Even you should be all right.
But I think it's more. I'm looking at the he made a lot of changes and a lot of substitutions today, Arteta and Jefe. So he definitely had an eye on. He's got an eye on the Spurs game.
100%.
He took Aubameyang off. He took off Saka. Odegaard came off as well. So he rested a lot of players. So I'm hoping it's a case with Partey. He took him off you've had 45 minutes, so have a rest, especially being in Europa. So I'm just hoping he hasn't got the injury there.
Just
So
get the juices flowing and getting ready.
My confidence, I'm always going to be confident in terms of it being a North London derby, whether that is a truthful confidence or not. But
I'm always nervous going into derbies, man. Like, I can't lie. Like, no matter how, even like I said, even when we were first and you guys were 15th, like I said, I wanted us to put the nail in the coffin and really cement, and we did. We won 2-0, but it's still, anything can happen in these games, man. And
we've got the best derby. We've got the best derby, man.
Yeah. Our derby's the best one in terms of the two teams, in terms of what it means, in terms of the quality of both teams. Because I mean, Liverpool-Everton, up until this season, that was such a one-sided game.
Yeah.
Man City, Man United didn't really mean much until recently. And what other derbies are there really? I know there's other derbies like Man United.
I think it's been made more apparent without the fans in terms of how these derbies are, because you see the United City derby, it's been dry on occasions.
Yeah, it's been lackluster.
Yeah, Liverpool United. But for some reason, the North London derby just maintains a much
spiciness.
Spiciness, exactly. So in terms of managers, obviously going into the game, how would you kind of rate the way Jose Mourinho has? It seemingly feels like he's turned round. He's turned things round.
Yeah, I'll give him a bit more respect now, to be fair, because I think he's now playing to our strengths. He was trying to sit on this defensive, like, let's nick a goal first and then sit on it. And we don't have.
Do you reckon he conceded to that?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's had to just change and just use the tools at his disposal, because we haven't got a solid back line where we can say, okay, we're going to score a goal and then camp and then just defend like animals. We were doing that in the first couple of games, but we got sussed out. And so now we're just using our, you got Son, you got Kane, you got Bale, you got Dele, you got Mora, you got good attacking players. Use them. And I think that's what we've been doing now. Stop trying to give the ball opposition the ball, because we were playing lesser teams and still conceding possession, which to me makes no sense. If you notice recently, we've been definitely playing more on the front foot, taking it to the team. Obviously, if you concede, you concede. Like against Crystal Palace, they scored against the run of play just before half time. Second half, we came out and scored 3 more goals. So today we basically, dominated the ball. And just try and attack the teams, man. Like, anyone can concede in football, but it's not, you don't invite the pressure on, especially if the defenders ain't that good. So it does look like he's turned the corner. It's quite funny because even though the perception, and even us fans, we say is quite negative, we've scored a lot of goals this season. So, we'll see. And I have to give him a bit more respect recently because he has actually played to our strengths. So I don't know if the boys, like as in the Spurs players, I had said, look, listen, Gaffer, this is not how we can play. So, or maybe he's just, I don't know. But I'll give him that. And Sunday will be a real test. It'll be a good litmus test of where we are right now. Because for us to get into that top 4, we need to go on a mean run now. I checked our goal difference is quite good compared to the teams around us, so that helps. But obviously, right now it's all about points. That's the only thing that matters.
I think very much so. Is like, as much as the added spiciness will be the North London derby, I think if we looked at the game and said if we drew, we shared the spoils, I think both teams would definitely be disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't think
at this point of the season, it's just about results now, man.
Yeah.
Even like whole like before, you're trying to score goals or trying to play fancy. It's just about the 3 points right now. You take it any way you can. Obviously, not losing is cool. No one wants to lose a game, but right now it's about the 3 points. Because even you guys, if you're going to try and sneak into that top 4, top 7,
100%.
You need all the points you can get. You can't afford to, and we can't afford to drop any more points as well. Because this season, you're seeing that all the teams that you expect to drop at some point, at the moment, they're not. So
dropping.
We need to still maintain. Yeah, I thought by now that's West Ham. I know West Ham lost to Man City, but they still held a good account of themselves. And then after that, they bounced back and they beat Leeds. So usually they would lose that game as well. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like their mentality.
This is what I was saying in terms of the points. Not too long ago, it looked like we was about 3 or 4 points behind you guys. And we went and lost 2 games in a row. So it's just like we're almost there, but we're not there. And I think what's just killing us at the moment is just there's the consistency to like get a good run of games, especially when teams drop points in and around us. Because there was a period of time where you lot weren't even getting the points.
Yeah, we didn't pick up points in a minute, and every
Yeah,
time I was thinking,
three
oh
games or
man, you
so.
guys are gonna go ahead of us before we play, and
Didn't capitalize.
you didn't capitalize. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you was ahead of us in one game. I think when you beat Leeds, you was ahead of us. There was a game
No,
where
we
you
weren't.
lot.
We was just behind. We was behind.
Okay,
We was behind by
no,
a
no,
game. We was
I
behind by
think you went.
yeah. When we
I think
beat
you went.
Leeds,
Yeah,
it was 3 points behind you.
yeah, and then we won again, so that makes
You
six
won.
points. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
So,
it was just like, and I feel as well as it being the points, but I just felt like if we were able to get into that contention, and that's not even just getting ahead of you, because we're always going to have banter about that. But I'm just talking about in
yeah,
terms of like the consistency aspect. I feel like that would have really given the players a much needed confidence booster. I just feel like we go on a run of games, then we make the kind of same silly mistakes, and then we just like 2 steps forward, 1 step back
yeah,
at the
yeah.
moment. But I can only put that to just the players in just certain key areas that we just don't have the quality. So that's why I have that kind of confidence that if we do get the players in the summer for next season, hopefully then it's a more solid challenge for like European places, as well as trying to really get into the Champions League. Because I
Yeah.
don't, you know, some of these players they should, with quality players around them, they should be able to do well.
Yeah, and I think I totally get what you're saying, because a good example of that is Sanchez. Davison Sanchez has looked all over the place
I
when he's
told
played
you
with
about that. Yeah.
but as soon as Toby come back in, he's looked a lot more consistent, because Toby's the one that, the movement is on point. Yes, his legs might not be there, but in terms of reading the game, Toby is still a good centre back. And obviously Sanchez then can have the ability to maybe be out of position a bit, but his pace can get him back in. Sanchez is obviously the physical aerial presence, and he looks a lot more composed with a composed centre back next to him. But when he's next to Dyer, it's like they're just two headless chickens. And obviously they've always got a mistake or two in there. And you look at the team, Dyer Straits, literally. Saying that, they played the partnership tonight was Dyer and Sanchez, and they played okay. Like they didn't really get found.
You can afford that in Europa, though.
Yeah. So it looks like it will definitely be Sanchez and Toby on Sunday against you guys.
But
so
that's good. Now that's leading me on to what we always do.
Yeah.
We look at our teams and we see, all right, who's doing well, who ain't doing well. And if we can do the combined 11, who would we put into our teams?
Yeah.
I think we should just try and go through it, because we've had we've had debates off air in our DMs and that.
Yeah. And
certain things that you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh no, man. So let's put it out in the public.
Okay, so I think Hugo has to still go and goal. Leno, even though Hugo's made mistakes, Leno hasn't done anything to tell me that he's better than Hugo, and he's still making mistakes.
The last time we did this, I think it was probably a little bit more convincing that Hugo will go in, only because Leno was dealing with the departure of Martinez. There was still talk about, who's the better keeper, who should have stayed, who should have gone. But I feel that Leno has put in the work.
How? You made mistakes. You made a mistake like 2 games ago.
And Hugo didn't. And Hugo didn't.
That is Xhaka cross ball, whatever thing. Yeah, Hugo's still the better keeper for me, man. That one has to still.
What game was it? What game was it that he was made those mistakes and I pointed it out to you?
I can't. Hugo's made a lot of mistakes, boy. So has Leno. So none of them.
All right. So you know what I would do? I would say
public vote.
Public vote. Yeah. Whoever's out there, listen.
Yeah.
Who would you put in goal, Hugo or Leno, and give us a viable case for the both keepers? So I think that for up in the air. What are we going with? A back four?
Yeah, back four. Yeah, definitely makes it more consistent.
Right, let's keep it consistent. All right. So let's start on the right hand side.
Who've you got at right back?
I would say it's Bellerin, isn't it? He's our number one right back.
I think Aurier's been better than Bellerin this season. I think so. So yeah, that one's quite easy. That one's quite easy for me.
I wouldn't say it's quite easy, but yeah, I haven't been too pleased with Bellerin, so I couldn't really
Yeah,
fight his case.
I
All
think
right,
to be
cool.
fair, I think Aurier's been good. Other than the one clumsy penalty he gave away, I can't remember against what team, but he gave away a clumsy penalty. He's been quite good. Like even tonight, he was good.
You know,
We've always performed better when he's in the team.
do
A
you know
lot
why?
better.
Do you know why I won't give him the full accolade is because from time Jose Mourinho would opt for was it Tanganga to be as your fullback over
Oh
Ori.
no, no, that's because he was injured.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I stand mistaken.
every time Aurier's been fit, he's played. So obviously Doherty we thought would come in and be the
I told you.
starting right back, and that didn't work out. Only Tanganga has played in front of Doherty, so that shows how bad Doherty's been.
Doherty is.
Even when Serge was injured, you'd
Yeah.
naturally think Doherty would come right in, and Jose's been like, whoa, actually, let me try Tanganga there. So no, Serge has been our best right back. No doubt about that.
All right. So we've got Serge, who's a guarantee. Obviously,
Yeah,
and Hugo is up in the air. We'll leave that to
yeah.
the viewers to make the decision on that. All right. So on the right of the center.
Centre backs for me, I was gonna go with Toby, and I was gonna go with it's a toss up between Davison Sanchez and Gabriel. You know, last time Gabriel looked mean and he looked
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
but he's been a bit clumsy recently. There's been a few times he's been found wanting. I'll let
I
that
think
one go.
overall in the season, if you pull it in terms of average, I think Gabriel has had the majority of his season has been good. I think I think it's actually been quite good of him to come to England and just hit the ground running. So I'm going to give him full ratings for that. I think where he's kind of made mistakes is where, you know, he got sent off, and then it's very hard to then miss a run of 3 games when you've been quite consistent. Then you come back, you
Yeah,
got to find your feet again. Today
yeah.
he played well. He scored again
Okay,
today. So
okay.
I'll put Toby and Gabriel.
Yeah. I'll go with that. That's cool for me. That's all
So
right.
we've done Toby.
And the left back one's going to be interesting because I'm going. I know this is where we're going to have a debate because I'm
Let's
going with
go.
my.
Let's go. Don't dress it up. Just say what you need to say.
I'm going with my boy Reggie. We call him Reggie, but his name obviously Regulon. And yeah, he's been a breath of fresh air at left back. And he's come in and he's shown that he's one of the best left. The left back position in England is actually quite an interesting one because there's a lot of good left backs now in the Premier League. Obviously, you've got Luke Shaw, got Luca Digne, you've got Kieran Tierney, you've got Chilwell, you've got Sergi Reguilon. There's about 7 or 8 good left backs.
Good left back.
So it's actually obviously Robertson, the first guy that come in and was really doing bits.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good left backs, man. So it's really difficult to say who your best, well, top 3 or top whatever. So it's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Reguilon.
Okay, so when you mentioned this in the WhatsApp, I was like, you can't be fully confident with that statement. For me, it has to be Tierney. I think Tierney has been consistent from the get-go. He's proven from last season, although obviously last season was a bit of a shaky start due to his injuries, but from the back end of last season, then going into this season, he's got more defensively, he's better. Going up, obviously it'll be a toss-up between the two because I think that Reguilon is very quick, very pacey.
Yeah,
I think in terms of the assists, I think Tierney has more the assists to him. I think obviously goal contribution as well. Because if we're looking about all round, innit, we're not just looking at.
Yeah, but I think that's because he's played more games. That's why.
So whose fault is that?
No, but I'm saying obviously he's gonna if he's played more games, he's more likely to have more goal contributions. That's kind of like.
But I'm just saying all round towards his game though. That's what his game's about. You know what I mean? Like going up and down. Very.
Because even funny enough, Reguilon, the Sky Sports pundits were debating about that because when Roy Keane turned around and said, other than Son and Kane, the Spurs team are average. Obviously, everyone was like, what about Sergi Reguilon? And then even Roy Keane had to eat his words. Well, he said, oh, Real Madrid let him go. So that means it must not be that. And everyone's like, that's a bit of a silly statement because teams always let players go. It doesn't mean that they're, Real Madrid always do that. So
don't get me wrong. I think he is quality. I think he's quality. So I don't think the debate is based on like whether or not one player is more quality than
When you're okay, look, I'm looking at the Premier League stats this season. Kieran Tierney, 20 appearances. Sergi Reguilon, 16. Kieran Tierney, 1 goal. Reguilon, 0. Tierney, 1 assist. Reguilon, 3 assists. So goal contributions, my boys actually got 1 more.
But if we look, I'm talking about in terms of the whole season in general, because you got to put it this way: in Premier League, we've not been performing. Yeah, I'm saying so. Like in terms of goals as well,
I think this one has to go public vote because don't get me wrong, Tierney's good, and I think like I can't putting my Tottenham hat aside. I do like Tierney; he's a good player, but I also think Reguilon's good. So and even the stats here back me up. He's played 4 less games and he's got 1 more goal contribution. So it's not a foregone conclusion. So but then I know
we're saying
so, but I do get the fact. Yeah, I do get the fact that Tierney is a leader. Like a lot of your guys say that Tierney should be the new Arsenal captain. Tierney does this, Tierney does that. He leads by example, blah blah blah. So I do understand that he does bring a lot to your team. So yeah, I think it should go to.
We'll pull it there then. So obviously we've got 2 players here, Leno and Hugo, and Tierney and Reguilon, who are going to be up for public debate and voting system. All right, so we're going into the midfield. Where do you want to start? Left, right, center?
What are we doing? Sorry, we're doing a 4-3-3, right? I take it.
We can do 4-3-3.
I think we're starting in the middle, so let's go DCM or DM. I think it has to be Højbjerg. Because your guy, before we gave it to Partey, because obviously Partey is a name brand player and he's solid. He came in with a big name, but he's not really played and he's not done himself any favors when he has played. I would say in terms of when he has played and he's played at his best, he's looked great. I think the injuries have obviously shagged him a bit. So I would agree. I would agree on that basis. I laugh as well because obviously leading up to the game, we were debating that, and then in the North London derby, that's when he shagged himself the most.
Yeah, fully broke down.
The half line broke down, and then Arteta back, and then we scored. That was just that was bad.
So I would definitely agree with that. I feel like it would be daylight robbery to be like, oh no. Højbjerg doesn't get into that center. He's been performing all season. He's kind of pitted down a little bit, which is understandable.
Yeah. I think we've overplayed him. If I'm being honest,
100%.
But we've had to because the golfing class between him and whoever else comes into that position is in Winks and Sissoko. It's awful. So he's had to play in every decent game. Yeah. So we do need next season. Well, Skip, Oliver Skip, who's on loan at Norwich, he's been doing bits. And he's probably going to come in and be the rotation with Højbjerg next year.
Okay.
So that would be nice. He's 20 years old. He's doing big things in the Championship.
Oh, you lot actually got youngsters.
Oh, come on, Dane Scarlett, Oliver Skip. We've got quite a few, man. Dane Scarlett, you're trying to be funny, isn't it? Dane Scarlett, 16 years old, and he's the next big thing. Top quality striker. He's doing bits in the under 21s, under 18s, under 19s. So look out for that. Look out for his name. And then we've got a few other good players, man. But Skip's doing well. He's doing well down in Norwich.
All right, cool. So we've got the pivot there. We've got what are we doing? Left, right.
Do go left first. So I'll make it easy. Saka has to get in there, so we put him there.
Mm-hmm.
So right, who we got on the right? We would I'm just trying to think. Obviously, the front 3 is who do we play on our? Ndombele. I think Ndombele would have to get in.
Listen, one thing that I will say about Ndombele this season, he I wouldn't say that he's turned up. I wouldn't put it as far as that, but I feel like he's had more consistent run of performances where he's shown the qualities needed. And then obviously from the back of that, if he can springboard and really show his quality to really drive a team, I think he will be a quality player.
He's don't get me wrong, he's already a good player, but you're right. I think he still needs to do a bit more to really dominate games. He's still young. Obviously, he can still get better, but he's showing the reason why we paid so much for him, and he's obviously a bit more reliable this year. Well, last year he wasn't even in the team, was he? He was literally couldn't even make it. So he's definitely
Jose had to take him down to the fields and parks.
But luckily it worked to him because obviously Jose's tactics or Jose's player management can be hit and miss. But thankfully, in Ndombele, with him, it worked out. So yeah, I'd have to. But Saka 100% is a baller. He's only 19. I think, to be fair, he's been your player of the season, like hands down.
He has been.
He's carried you guys.
Real breath of fresh air, and he's just been consistent. And it's just obviously.
Sorry, did he start today? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
did he start today?
He started today. Okay. You know, so it's one of them ones where we're just hoping there's no burnout.
That's what I'm saying, because he's played literally every game, isn't it? Yeah. Every game which is half important, he's played. So
the lucky thing for him is like he had a season under he's had experience under who's our former manager again? I forget now. He's
Emery.
Yeah. So he's had that experience with Emery. He's had pretty much a good run under Arteta last season, and then obviously going into this season. So I feel like in terms of like strength and conditioning and being able to manage himself, he's had that season that he needed.
Like
Emile Smith-Rowe, now you're seeing that as much as we've needed a number 10 and we've used him, that burnout is kind of creeping.
100%. It will happen to youngsters in their first full season. It will happen. Is Smith-Rowe still injured, or is he?
No, he's back. He came back today, so it was good to see him back. So watch out for him in North London derby if he does play. I feel like he does bring a lot of energy, and he runs around tirelessly. So I think a lot of the times he has been given the kudos in terms of being our number 10 and adding that quality creatively. But he's one of those guys that I don't want to put the comparison to Jack Grealish, but I will say in terms of like the energy to run around, even though your role is as a number 10. He would get back.
He
would get back. He would defend. He would then obviously go back to his duties. So that's what I do like about it. And sometimes that youthful energy is needed. And
fair enough.
Obviously him and Grealish are sharing this low socks business.
Yeah, and low socks, young English swag.
That's the only comparison I want to do. But in terms of that, so we got Højbjerg, Ndombele, Saka. Now we got the front three.
For me, it's easy. Son, Kane, Bale. I think that's...
No, I'm not having that. No.
Son, Bale now has come into what? Bale's played 11 Premier League games, 5 goals, 2 assists.
You can't... there's no way you could just be shooting at Bale all of a sudden. Because Bale's needed to have been...
Bale.
Get-go.
Welsh Mafia. I don't even know how to do that.
Don't end up like Lucas Moura, you know.
You know what? I was thinking if we lose on Sunday,
biggest
we're gonna get that's gonna be the biggest meme. I'm just praying to God that we're using it on you guys, because obviously if we lose, the way he did that, I was thinking, why did you do that, Lucas? Obviously he's Brazilian, doesn't get it. But I'm like, we're gonna get bantered. We're gonna get killed if we lose.
Listen,
that's gonna be everywhere.
I give you Kane and Son because they have just been absolutely consistent. They've been
mental.
They've been mental this season, even despite a little dip in form.
Yeah, a little dip, but over the last couple of games,
it's acceptable, man. There's no way you could. I don't think anybody this season has really maintained like that standard, and I think it would have been very difficult to do so. But
saying that Kane, what 16 goals. 13 assists already, that is mental. And we still got 10, 11, 12 games left. So he's up there. Salah's on 17 goals. Kane and Bruno on 16. There's a couple on 13. So yeah, he's definitely, and Son's on 13 goals, 9 assists. So those two guys for me, they have to get in there. Who are you going to put in on the left then? Sorry, on the right, because
Well, I don't know if we would actually pull it in terms of positions, because I think
just do front three. Yeah,
so we just do a front three, and it has to be Aubameyang.
Oh, come on!
I think the reason why I say it has to be Aubameyang because
I'm gonna check this. Let me check the stats between Bale and Aubameyang. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm just gonna.
The reason why I'm saying Aubameyang is because you still know that Aubameyang will score you goals. In a team like Arsenal, obviously the lacking of chances, that he hasn't had, but he is still a dangerous goal scorer. He will still be a more dangerous goal scorer than Gareth Bale. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but they're two different. They're two different players, though,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like
exactly, exactly.
Bale's not a striker. Bale is a wide forward. So it's. I mean, I'm looking at it now. Aubameyang 23 appearances, Gareth Bale 11. Aubameyang 9 goals, Gareth Bale 5. Gareth Bale 2 assists, Aubameyang 1 assist. So, like I said, I mean, Gareth Bale has come into his own over the last 4 or 5 games. We can all see that because before everyone, Tottenham fans and Arsenal fans, were saying that you look like a flop. So, but
He's not
Aubameyang,
like I tell you this. Bell scoring in the last couple of games and doing this and that. It's not like, oh, it's impressive. This guy is got the quality to do this, and this is why
yeah,
people kind of the gassing up with Gareth Bell kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. Is because it's like we're talking about Gareth Bell, Champions League winner, playing at Real Madrid, and because he's turned up in mostly Europa games and against them farmers the other time that you don't play some
yeah, but
farmers in the backyard.
he had to get his fitness back. I mean, when he came on against West Ham, that's when I could see that he was like back and he was going to make a difference. Because obviously West Ham are a decent team. I'm not saying they're an elite team, but they're a good team. And when he come on in that second half, you could see he was running. He was the best player on the pitch, and he almost scored a worldie. Got an assist. You could see then that he was starting to influence games. And then since then, he's obviously come on. And yeah, hopefully he can do it against you guys. Then we'll see, obviously you guys are a cut above. Well, typically you're a cut above your West Hams and everyone else. It'll be a big game. Hopefully he can turn up. Yeah.
So what you saying? You still keep it? You still keep it a Kane?
No. I'll give it to Aubameyang. If I'm being honest, obviously Aubameyang for me has had a poor season. I can't lie to you.
100%.
But if you're talking about overall quality and who, what the guy offers for any team, you have to put him in there. He's a top striker. He still obviously is dangerous. He still don't want it.
He'll win you a cup.
Yeah. You still don't want him one with your keeper. And more often than not, he will score. He's a good player, man. He's obviously, I don't know, unless he has a mental last, third of the season, it's going to be a poor season for him. But it does happen. You can't always ball out every year. I know he's had some other stuff going on in the background as well. But yeah, if you're being honest, he has to get in there. But I think the other two speak for themselves as well. So I'm happy.
I would agree with that. All right, so let's just quickly review. We've got Leno / Hugo. This one's up for debate, so please do chime in if you can. Then we've got on the left Serge Aurier. We've got Toby Alderweireld. We've got Gabriel.
Sorry, on the right you got Aurier. You said on the left.
On the right we've got Aurier, Toby, and Gabriel. Left Tierney and Regulon up for debate as well. So once again, please do chime in, guys. We really appreciate that, and we'll obviously just figure out who is right, myself or Patrick. And then we've got in the middle, we've got Højbjerg, we've got Ndombele, and we've got Saka. And this isn't, sometimes Saka does play out on the left, he plays out on the right.
Yeah, I know.
Don't he can play to the positions per se. And then we've got the same up front. We've just picked a top 3, regardless of where you're playing, of Kane, Son, which are, 100% guarantees in that top 3. And then we've got Aubameyang, which was a little bit up for debate, but I've managed to squeeze him in.
I do get it. Like, obviously, Gareth Bale has been really... he's been exceptional in these last couple of games, but if you're looking at the whole season and what he's offered over the last couple of years, I understand why Aubameyang gets in there. So that one's not really. It's quite the midfield and the front 3 pick themselves at the moment. Obviously, there's a few question marks on the goalkeeper and the left back, which is fair enough. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I like that. Oh, and manager, obviously, it had to be Jose Mourinho.
Do you know what? This was the debate that I was having, and I was saying, in terms of league positions and with the experience of Jose Mourinho, with the inexperience of Arteta, who gets the the bad press?
It's actually quite funny because if I'm being real, the manager one is up for debate as well, if I'm being fair, because obviously depending on where you sit, if you're talking about someone who's proven and done it, it would be Jose, but a lot of people say that can Jose do it again? We're yet to see how the season ends. But obviously Arteta is the up and coming manager who's already got 2 trophies in his bag. So it really depends, what
this would be my I got a couple questions to kind of round this up. The first one is if Arsenal finishes in 10th position and Jose Mourinho finishes in like what, 9th, 8th, 7th at best, who would you say in terms of managers has done better?
I think they both done crap if that's the case. Like, no Tottenham and Arsenal fan is going to be happy with either of those positions. If we're being real, both teams are meant to be fighting.
Who gets ripped more though? This is what I'm trying to say. Is it Jose Mourinho?
Jose will get ripped more because our squad is meant to be better than yours if you're looking at it player for player. Yeah. And also Jose Mourinho is a proven, credible, world-class manager, whatever you want to call it. He's done it all and won it all. He should be navigating Tottenham into the top 4. So yeah, Jose will have to, and it'll be fair enough to say that as well, because
I agree.
Jose should be doing better. We'll see how it ends. If Jose wins us a trophy, and we finish in the top 6, then it's quite. Is that a good season for Tottenham? I'd probably say it is. Even though we didn't get in the Europa League, Champions League, we still won something, and we're back in Europe next year. But for me, my objectives at the beginning of the season was top 4 in the trophy. So we'll see how it ends, and if we achieve that. So
So my last question, because you've kind of answered it in terms of your aspirations of a trophy. Let's say if Jose Mourinho doesn't win a trophy but gets you into the Champions League, how are you feeling about that? So you scrape the Champions League like maybe in the last day.
Yeah. I'll be happy because we're in the Champions League next year, which is where every team wants to be. But obviously we've failed in the fact that Jose was brought in to win trophies. And it's still another year without a trophy. So it'll be a mixed bag. I'll be happy because we're back in the big, in the big time. But then also it's another year adding on to that 13 years. Then be 14 years.
And it's 15. I said 15 years.
My clock's off on 13. So I might be in a time where exactly they say a broken clock's right twice a day. So
my goodness. So just to round it off, if you don't win a trophy this season, is it a sheg?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I mean, trophies are hard to win. Obviously, that's why not all teams win them. And there's a lot of good teams out there.
We do.
Yeah, I don't know how you lot do it, man. It's annoying. Like Chelsea last year, I was like, Chelsea, just beat them, man. Just beat them. And then obviously you beat them 2-0 or whatever it was. That was, it's frustrating, man.
Aubameyang scoring.
I know.
That's why you got to have him in the team. I mean, with all them goals that Kane has scored, you don't know how to get you across the line.
That's why we got Jose in. We brought Bale back. So, these big time personalities for the big moments. So hopefully hopefully they use. I mean, we're in a cup final already.
Yeah.
It's against Man City, which is going to be mental. But at the end of the day, you've got to be in it to win it. We've beat them already this year. And hopefully we have a great game and they have a bad game and we get a monkey off our back.
It's going to be real tough to win the Man City Cup, but you never know.
You never know, man. Yeah. You never know. They've lost games. They're not. They're a great team. They're the best team in Europe.
I always said Bell's the signing of Bell is for those moments, and this is what this is what I meant by
and Jose as well, and Jose.
And this is what I meant by the fact that I'm not like him performing now or having a run of good performances is not impressive to me. What is going to be impressive is to know that when you do get into the quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals, bringing in the likes of Bell, this is why you've got him in there so that you across the line. That's when I'll be like, you know what, Bell has turned up. Bell is capable of this, which he has shown at Real Madrid as well when he hasn't had the run of games and then
but he still comes on in the Champions
overhead kicks. You know what I mean?
And you're hoping that he can then influence Son and Kane in those big moments, and they can obviously show their quality. And so, I mean, if we win a trophy, it's been one of our best seasons ever, if we're being real, because we don't win many trophies. But it's time to try and hopefully turn
you don't win any trophies.
No, come on. We're like the 6th or 7th most winning. This is the thing. The narrative that Tottenham don't win trophies in recent years, yes. But if you're looking at our history,
recent is like 3 years, 4 years. You're up there.
Well,
You're up there like with the like West Hams and Everton.
Nah, we're not up there with West Ham's. We're up there with I think other only your Arsenal's, Chelsea, all the big teams that you know of. Only those guys have won trophies. Leicester have not won more trophies than us. Leicester
no, we're talking about in recent years, isn't it?
Yeah, they've won a trophy. But if you look at the winningest,
the big
if you Google it, go on that we're like 6th or 7th in the all-time list. So
hey, Pat.
Yeah. I know, yeah. But there's a lot of fans out there that honestly believe Tottenham have never won a trophy. Wow. When did you lot start watching football?
Man, I love it. All right, so this is actually my ultimate and last question was to ask you really, scoreline. What is the score? North London.
I don't know, man. It's so tough. I'm gonna say 2-0 Tottenham, but I honestly don't know. That's just a random guess. I can't call it, man. It could. I don't know, man. As long as we win, man, that's all I care about, really. It could be a scrappy own goal, could be a shin off Gabriel or Leno making it. I don't even care as long as we win. But if I got to call it, I say 2-0 again.
2-0?
I think that's
my honest answer in this, and I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's 1-1.
Okay. You're going to draw.
I'm going with a draw. But I can also lean towards your scoreline because I just feel like we've got a few mistakes in us at the moment. So it's either 1-1, and I know I'm sitting on the fence on this a little bit, but it's either 1-1 or you might just nick it. As it pains me to say it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Even though obviously I'm happy you're saying that, I just don't know. Aubameyang could easily start firing. Saka's got the quality.
It's a derby.
I mean, but even then, you guys have got
everything. Form and everything goes out the window when it's a derby.
You guys have got the players anyway, so it's not really, obviously. So it's a tough one, but we've got great players. You guys have got some good players as well. It's a tough one, man. I don't know. You just don't know, man. At this present moment in the season, both teams need to win, so that will make it a lot more spicy. We don't really need anything more because it's a North London derby. Yeah. The players are always on it anyway. But at this present moment, both teams know they need the 3 points, so that will make it really interesting. No one's gonna, at the beginning, you're like, when we play a big team, if we get a draw, we get a draw. It's cool as long as you don't lose. But we both know
100%. I think both teams need the points.
Yeah, so there's not going to be no fence sitting by the players or the manager. Both managers are going to go for it. That's going to make it even more interesting because we both need the points right now. So that will add to it. But to be fair, we don't really need to add to these games. They're always.
I think the game. I think the game has come at a really good time.
Yeah.
It's come at a good time. Obviously, you guys have been doing well in the league, Europa. We've been doing majority. Our good performances have been in Europa. We've had some decent games in the league, so it's going to be, and we're in terms of league positions, we're not too far off each other. So win, you'll springboard and definitely be clear of us. If we win, we get to be a little bit closer.
You're right back. If you win, then you've pulled yourself right back into that top 6,
and that can help us with it. But then at the same time, it's always game by game. So we'll just take the North London derby, see how that goes, and then we'll move on from there, man.
100.
But Pat, man, thank you so much. As per usual, man, just plug all your socials, let everybody know where.
Yeah. So the name's Patrick Tyrant, Patrick, and Tyrant, Tyrant. You'll find me on Twitter and Instagram with that name. And the channel that we're always on is Views, VIEWS. Views TV official. Dash has been on there many a time, so he's always welcome. The show's called Everyone's a Pundit. Hopefully you guys have heard of it and watch it. It's on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all of that. So tune in, and obviously you can catch me on Twitter and interact with me. I'm always slewing an Arsenal fan or two, so get involved.
Definitely go and follow Pat, man. He's very entertaining on the socials, but when he gets upset with you, just don't take it personal because it's all it takes is for Spurs to lose and he's out of it. But yeah, man, definitely I echo the sentiments. Go and check out Everyone's a Pundit on Views Official TV. It's really good, insightful, entertaining football punditry and debates and everything like that, man. So go and check that out. I'll leave the link in the description so Don't you worry, you'll be able to check that out. And obviously, this is a dash of sports. I'll be your boy Dashiki Dash, where we give you all the informations, all the top stories, hot topics, everything on a weekly basis. So I'll leave the link in the description so you'll be able to check that out. Without anything else to add to that, man, another show is done.
Yeah. Good luck. May the best team win.
It's been a bit of a friendly one today, It's been a bit of a friendly one.
To be fair, it's a bit calm for a North London derby.
Yeah, we ain't hyped it up, but
yeah,
I
guess it's where we both lie in the table, and also because no fans are in the stadium and no fans are going to the games, and you're not getting that interaction I usually would. I think that's kind of not dampened it, but it's made it a bit more chill.
I think it's been a sensible one. We know where we're at with it. That's why I asked the question. Like how much does it mean to the both of us? Obviously, we know it's a derby, but
I think my answer to that was pretty. I think that's right now. It's all about the 3 points. It'd be Chelsea, Man City, Man United, whoever you play right now. You just need those points, man. It's business end of the season, so it's all about the points. The results, of course, you want to play great, and so the performance you want to do well and play great and all of that. But right now, it's all about the results, man. That's all that counts.
But like I said, man, that's it for today. If you need further information about all your sports and just general information, check out A Dash of Sports. I'll put the link down below. You'll be able to check that out and also leave it in the description so that you can just have a direct link to that. And like I said, man, thanks very much, Pat. Much appreciated. And hopefully come Sunday. What time are we playing again? What time are we playing again?
4:30 kickoff.
4:30. So by the time in the evening, one of us will be either down in a pint.
Hopefully I'm doing selfies and all that. Get on and just like calling out all the Arsenal boys. But like I said, may the best team win, and I'm looking forward to it, man. It will be a good one.
Appreciate it, Pat, man. Love and respect. Everyone, peace.